Hello, sports fans. Welcome to another edition of Vets Plus Sports.com. This is your host, Terrell Cool Beans Davis, along with my co host, Mr. James Miller.
Hello, everyone. How y'all doing this Wednesday morning? I hope everyone's doing well. Before we get in this episode, I'll let Cool Beans do a shout out to our listeners and go right ahead, Cool Beans.
Yes, we'd like to thank those listeners that come to watch the live and those that'll come and watch the replay. Thank you for giving us your attention. This one today is also another one for the audio show. And for our audio show, we have our listeners like we got Weil in Germany, Brussels, Belgium, Ashburn, Virginia, San Jose, California, Boardman, Oregon, and Los Angeles, California.
Yeah,
Thanks for
thanks.
listening.
Yes, thanks everybody for listening, tuning in. With this episode here, we're going to run down through pretty quick through some of the other sports because you got college football. We're going to talk about and do some picks, Beans and I with it, and the bowl games. And then you got your picks with the NFL. But we'll go ahead and get started with some hockey here. From some scores from last night. Had the Maple Leafs beating the Devils 2-1. You had the Avalanche over the Penguins 6-2. The Hurricanes over the Sharks 3-2. The Flyers over the Blue Jackets 5-3. The Kings over the Islanders 3-1. And the Flames beating the Predators 4-3. And the Jets all over the Bruins 8-1. The Oilers and Lightning were played. Oilers over them 2-1. The Wild over the Utah Hockey Club 5-4. The Blues over the Canucks 4-3, and the Panthers beat the Kraken 2-1. That was some scores from last night. And let's see who they got on slate for today, Wednesday, December 11th. See what games are being played. Tonight, you got the Rangers and the Sabres playing, and the Ducks and the Senators. That's the only two games that are on slate for Wednesday night.
Okay.
And as far as any news, you got the Blackhawks goalie. He's going to IR with a groin injury.
Oh.
Yeah, that could be a long. That could be a while for that. Let's see who else. That's about only really news to mention as far as about the hockey, unless you got anything.
No, I have nothing on that one.
There's a veteran Shattenkirk retires after 14 seasons. Hey, that's a good bit, a long time, for hockey.
Yeah, 14.
Yeah, you get past up there. I mean, well, any sport. I mean, once you get to 14, 15 or more, um,
Yeah, that puts a toll on your body.
it
Really.
does. All that. I mean, that's a rough sport as it is, and but 14 years of playing hockey. So that's all I got as far as hockey goes. Unless you got anything you want to mention there.
No, I ain't got nothing on that one.
And let's see here. I just want to mention one thing I seen there in Major League Baseball.
Okay.
The Braves traded one of their best pitchers to the New York Yankees, Max Fried.
Oh my goodness.
The Braves have been known for that years past, getting rid of their better players, trading them off. Um, so the Yankees get a good pitcher in their rotation, which I'd say they could use to go with that batting lineup. So I think that's about it right there. Anything on the women's NBA?
No, I was looking at the cup standings as far as for the NBA Cup,
Yeah,
which I don't know. For some reason, I do not like it. I want to say this is the second year
yeah,
because the Lakers won it the first year.
They won it last year, and
Yeah,
LeBron made a big deal about winning it.
but it's like you win the cup, but you don't do nothing in the finals, and I'm worried because my Knicks are 4-0 in this cup game.
And they play tonight at 7. They play the Hawks,
Yeah,
and then the Warriors play the Rockets at 9:30. Now I know the Lakers hung a banner for winning this tournament.
yeah, they did.
Oh
Yeah.
man, it's like the NBA got to try to find some excitement somehow or drama, or however you want to talk about it. But that's only 2 games on the slate for tonight. Yesterday, you had
Yesterday was Dallas. Yeah.
you had the Bucks beating the Magic 114-109. You had the Thunder beating the Mavericks 118-104. So, and let's see, Luka had 16 points, 11 boards, and 4 steals. But it wasn't enough. That wasn't enough for the Mavericks.
Luka must have had the flu.
Yeah,
16 points.
that's an off night for him.
Yeah. I was like, first thing you said when Luka had 16 points, my head jumped. I was like, what?
See, I keep forgetting about this tournament they got. So we only had a couple games last night. Got a couple games tonight,
Yep.
and so we'll see who will.
You know the thing that trips me out about this tournament, I have not figured out yet, and I don't even know if any of the announcers have said. Do these games count towards any of their 82 game season?
I think so. I think it does. I'm not for sure. I'm pretty sure it does. They just added it in with the season, I guess, to try to get some excitement early in the season. I don't know. I mean, but you got some games that's coming Thursday. You've got the Pistons and the Celtics. You got the Raptors and the Heat, and the Kings and the Pelicans will be playing Thursday night. So, and when do they have that championship at that tournament?
No idea. I'm wondering that too.
Because I mean, all right, because that don't make no sense. Because tonight you got those 2 games I told you about. That's the quarterfinals, and then you go on. You keep going on. There's a slate of games Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and it has nothing to do with the tournament. Here it is. Saturday the 14th, semifinals. So I don't know how this works. They are playing games in between the tournament games.
Yeah, I don't get it either. Unless those ones that are playing in between the ones that's already been eliminated from the cup.
Well, right now, the Warriors are still in it, ain't they? Yeah, the Warriors play tonight.
Oh, okay.
No, let me see. Hold on. Let me get back here. This thing done went too far. Yeah, Warriors play tonight in the quarterfinals against the Rockets. They are scheduled to play again Friday. The Warriors play. Hold on. Let me make sure. Maybe I'm telling you wrong. Nah, no, they're not. Something happened. I thought it was the Warriors. So I guess whoever's in the tournament, and I don't know how they know. I don't know how this all works. So this is new to me.
Right, yeah.
So yeah, I was thinking the Pacers was the Warriors playing the 76ers, but it's the Pacers. So we'll keep an eye on that in-game tournament Saturday when we do our live.
Yep.
You got anything on the women's NBA?
Nope, I didn't hear anything about them this time.
All right, like I said, we move through that pretty quick because we've got some college to talk about, some bowl games. You've got some. There's a mess going on because over the college selection of the playoffs and all kinds of other stuff.
I
So
know that's what I wanted to get to because there's one thing you said last week on the live that happened to come true.
What's that?
Remember you was talking about something? I swear that you was talking about Boise State them getting a bye.
Yeah, they did.
Yep.
But guess who? Guess what conference they left out with a bye?
Which one?
The ACC.
Yeah.
They left the ACC out, so they didn't leave the Big 12 out. And I've got our for you and I for the playoff system. I got our bracket printed off, so when we go to do our picks here shortly. But we went 3-3, both of us, last week in the bowl games, and we left one off. I mean, not for the bowl games, for the championship games, and we left one game off, the Marshall game.
We forgot about Marshall.
Yeah, we both probably would have picked Marshall. Marshall ended up winning, but Marshall's in a mess right now because the head coach got hired at Southern Miss. They had a bunch of players after he left enter the transfer portal, so that team's going to be on a rebuilding year. They did hire a West Virginia native. Last name Tony Gibson. He's I think he's from Boone County. He
Okay.
was the defensive coordinator, or he was a defensive coach when Rich Rodriguez was coaching West Virginia. He was coaching NC State. So they brought him to Marshall to coach Marshall. He's a good coach. And I think here's a shot for if Judah wanted to transfer to Marshall and start playing, because all their players have pretty much left from what I heard.
Right. Here's my thing. Why did they hit the transfer portal just as soon as they find out their old coach left and new coach is coming? Why do they not want to feel like they have to compete to hold their position, to stay the best that they? Why they? I don't get that. It's like when Deion went to Colorado, half them said, "Let's go."
Yeah, because I guess that's the coach they want to play for. That's the coach that recruit them. And to me, I think, as far as transferring, we've mentioned it on this podcast before. My opinion, I think the only way you should be allowed to leave is if the coach that recruits you leaves, then you should be allowed to leave. Because I don't get the position I want, or I'm tired of this coach, and you get up and leave. I don't agree with that. But I mean,
if you're on a scholarship, you shouldn't be able to be like if West Virginia you offered you like, okay, we give you a full scholarship 4-year deal. I don't think you're able to go anywhere. You should be able to just transport.
And if you're liable for that money for that year or 2 years you was there.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how it should be. But so last week, let me get this up here, get the college up. Now, I tried to bring up what players are sitting out in the bowl games, but it's not bringing them up. It was bringing up the players from last year. So I don't know. As far as our picking, that affects your picking when it comes to the bowl games.
Yeah, it do. Be like, wait a minute, all the starters set out. I didn't know that. I wouldn't have picked this team if I knew that.
And so that's like last week. Boise State beat UNLV 21-7. Army beat Tulane 35-14, and I'll mention a thing there with Army here in a minute. Oregon beat Penn State 45-37. Georgia over Texas 22-19. Clemson over SMU 34-31, and then Arizona State all over Iowa State was 45-19. And then let's get here to the Sun Belt. Get you a score here. Marshall was all over Louisiana 31-3.
Wow.
So that was what you had there in the Sun Belt. So as I said, I was going to mention the Army there. West Virginia, for some reason, is going to interview. Well, they said they was going to try to interview, but I don't know if they'll be able to, unless they're going to hold off till next week making a selection on a coach. They're going to interview the head coach of Army. I don't know how. To me, why would you even entertain that at all?
Yeah.
Because of what they run on offense and stuff like that. But to me, I still think it's going to be Rich Rod coming back to Morgantown. You still got the aggravated West Virginia fans that don't want him back. That's delusional and don't got their facts right. So just like a lot of us didn't know what happened at first, and then, I mean, you can find out what happened, but the majority still don't know, and they're believing the lies instead of knowing the facts.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's the better pick for them to start winning immediately. Because anybody else, I think it's a rebuilding year next year. Probably won't win your 6 games with Rich Rodriguez. You're going to win 6 games, 7 probably, and go into a bowl game. But here's my thing with these bowl games. These players keep sitting out. Eventually, they're going to do away with these bowl games.
Yeah. My thing is, I don't see why these players should be allowed to sit out. You shouldn't be able to, like, those that's going to be in the playoff game. I know they ain't sitting out.
There'll be a few probably. Last couple of years, you've had a couple like receivers set out of the playoff games because they didn't want to get hurt for the NFL. But it's all about I now. There's no dedication to team.
Right.
It's what I can do, what I can get out of it. This is a team sport, So there's no dedication at all anymore to the team.
The NFL should step up and should help the college systems out and be like, okay, you don't play in these bowl games or them playoff games, you're not welcome at the combine, and therefore you won't get drafted.
Yeah. But it's I don't know. It's a mess right now. And then it's going to be a mess with even with I think the college playoff system is supposed to go to 16 teams. I think that's too many. But we're talking about that. There's been a bunch of chaos over SMU making the playoffs over Alabama.
Right. Yep.
But to me, I think they should have. I mean, Alabama lost 3 games. They struggled with some other games they should have lost. And Alabama shouldn't get in there because it's Alabama. I mean, I'm tired of seeing Alabama get in there because it's Alabama, Georgia get in there because it's Georgia when they're not the top-notch team. I'm tired of seeing these. I mean, and Ohio State, which one year Ohio State got ripped out of the playoffs. They won the Big Ten. Actually, it was probably maybe the first year they won the Big Ten championship, and Ohio State got left out. They got leapfrogged. But then the next year they was returned the favor. They didn't get to play in the Big Ten, and then they made the playoff.
Yep.
So, but here's what I'll do real fast. I got this here. I'll put your name on top here, and then on the back of it, we'll do the other bowl games. I'll just write them down on the back on who you're going to pick.
Okay.
So, all right. In the first round of the playoffs, All right, this is you. You got number 12 Clemson playing number 5 Texas.
That's gonna be Texas.
All right, you got Texas. I'm gonna go with Texas. All right, then you got number 9 Tennessee playing number 8 Ohio State.
I think Ohio State can get Tennessee.
I'm going Ohio State. I think Ohio State is probably, I could be wrong, the only team to be able to beat Oregon. They hadn't beat Eugene and lost by 1 point, but we'll see what happens. SMU and Penn State. I know who I'm going. I know who I'm going with.
I'm going with SMU, but however, I think Penn State might get a little revenge game because of the game they just lost to Oregon. They might just take it out on SMU because SMU just barely squeezed in there.
Yeah, well, SMU lost in the ACC championship.
Uh-huh.
I'm going SMU to beat them, but we'll see what happens. Then Indiana and Notre Dame.
I'm going Notre Dame.
I'm going to go Indiana on this. Now we're in the quarterfinals, the second round. Texas versus, you got Texas playing Arizona State.
I thought we picked Texas already. Wasn't Texas playing?
Yeah, they played. This is the second round. This is the second round. Moving on.
Oh, okay.
Say we're moving on the bracket here. If I get there, there you
Gotcha.
go. So this is a second round.
So Texas, I think, will tear up Arizona State.
So you got Texas moving on.
Yep, because Arizona State, I don't think they should have got that bye either.
I don't know. They pounded Iowa State pretty bad, 40-some to 20. So I think they earned it.
Mm.
So they pounded Iowa. Let's see. I don't know here. I'm gonna go Texas. Moving on, but Arizona may make some noise. All right, here you go. Ohio State and Oregon would be another rematch from the regular season.
I'm not going against the Ducks.
Man, I'm gonna go Oregon. On that.
But in the event that Ohio State pulls it off and beats them, in that event, then Ohio State should take the whole thing.
They should. I think they should. Now here's the thing. If Ohio State's back to form like they was mid-season, I think they can run it. But we'll see what Ohio State team shows up.
Right.
Then you got SMU playing number 3 Boise State.
This is tough. Every time I went against Boise State, I lost. But I'll go SMU.
What's that?
I'll go SMU.
And all right. You know what? I may change it up and go Boise, even though I'm not big on them. All right. Then you got Notre Dame playing Georgia.
Notre Dame.
Oh, man. He got Notre Dame knocking off Georgia.
Georgia's been kind of, iffy this year. Like, games you thought they should win, they lost. And games you think they should lose, they'll win.
All right. Now, then you got the semifinals. You got Texas playing Oregon.
Texas playing Oregon. I'm going Oregon.
I'm going to go man. I'll go Oregon because I think Texas is playing the wrong quarterback starting the wrong quarterback. Ewers didn't look he didn't look real good the other day. If they'd be playing Manning, I think if they would play Manning, Texas would beat Oregon maybe.
Yep.
But since
That's
they
who should have hit the portal. When he saw Manning coming, he should have hit the portal.
so now you've got SMU playing Notre Dame.
I always go for the Texas teams, but I will not fight the hunchback. I'm hunchbacking it.
All right, and then I've got Boise playing Georgia, and Georgia is going to kill Boise if it goes that route. Then you've got in the national championship, you've got Oregon and Notre Dame.
And then I will go Oregon on that.
You got Oregon winning it. I've got Oregon in Georgia, and Oregon going to thump Georgia's butt. So we both got Oregon winning the national championship. And I'm gonna flip this around, and we're gonna do the bowl picks right here. Make sure I get the right. See, all right, that's mine. All right. Starting this Saturday, you got bowl games. And like I said, we're going at this blind because I couldn't get no numbers. I was wanting to go by numbers of players that each team
It's
would
gonna be
be
sitting. Yep.
But yeah, so I couldn't get that to come up. So we're going at this blind. All right, and here you go. This Saturday at noon. Jackson State, which is coached by Rich Rodriguez, is playing South Carolina State. I don't know. We ain't heard a whole lot. I mean, you just keep hearing rumors in Morgantown about him coming back. So, but I'm going to go with Jackson State on this.
I'm going to go Jackson State on this. So I really don't know both these teams. So I'm going to go Jackson State on this because I need Rich to win because people out here are fickle. If he loses that game, then they're going to be trying to second, third, think, him coming out here to West Virginia.
Then you got South Alabama and Western Michigan. I'm going to go Western Michigan.
I'll go Western Michigan.
Then Tuesday, you've got number 25 Memphis playing my Mountaineers. Here's my thing. Memphis is 10-2. Their quarterback has thrown for 3,200 yards, 23 touchdowns, and 6 interceptions, which I don't know if he is playing or not, but if he is, he's going to throw all over that West Virginia defense. I'm going Memphis.
They ain't going to have a defense because isn't this true? I thought this was true. Once you hit the transfer portal, you can't play in the game.
No.
Because Trotter already hit the transfer portal.
That's right. I forgot about that. West
Virginia, they best pass rusher ain't there.
No, that's right. So I got Memphis winning that.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go with Memphis on that because really, because does Neil Brown even have to show up?
No, he's not there. He's gone. He's no longer there. He's out of there. But man, the next game you got Western Kentucky and James Madison. I'm going James Madison.
Yeah, James Madison.
Then you've got California playing UNLV. I'm gonna go UNLV on this.
No, I'm not going UNLV. I'm going California.
California 6-6. UNLV is 10-3.
You have changed my mind.
All right. Georgia Southern is playing Sam Houston.
Sam
I'm
Houston.
You're going Sam Houston. I'm gonna go Georgia Southern. Then you got Ohio playing Jacksonville State. I'm gonna go Ohio on this one.
Ohio and Jacksonville State.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ohio.
Then you've got Tulane playing Florida. And Tulane's 9-4, Florida 7-5. I'm gonna go Tulane.
Yeah, I was gonna go Tulane just because I can't stand Florida schools.
And then we've already picked the Indiana Notre Dame game.
Mm-hmm.
We done picked SMU, Penn State, Clemson, Texas, Tennessee, Ohio. All right, back to the regular games, bowl games. You got Coastal Carolina and UTSA. I'm gonna go UTSA.
What the heck is UTSA?
Um,
Is it San Antonio?
I'm not for sure. To tell you the truth. The Roadrunners.
That might be a San Antonio. That sounds like a Texas team. Oh, that's probably what it is. University of Texas San Antonio.
Antonio, yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah,
it was.
I'm picking that one.
All right, let me get back down here. All right. Then you've got South Florida playing San Jose State.
San Jose.
You're going San Jose. I'm going to go South Florida. Like I said, we are going blind on this because we don't know. All right, Pittsburgh and Toledo. I'm going Pitt.
I'm going Toledo. I was born in Ohio.
Arkansas State and Bowling Green.
Arkansas State, Bowling Green. Well,
I'm going Bowling Green.
Bowling Green. Bowling Green is up there in Indiana. I've been through there before, and I was like,
All right, here we go. Here's a game here. Oklahoma versus Navy.
I gotta go Nav.
I'm going Navy to beat Oklahoma. Oklahoma's down this year. Georgia Tech playing Vanderbilt. Georgia Tech 7-5. Vandy 6-6. I'm gonna go Tech.
I would go Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt, remember when Alabama was number one? Vanderbilt spanked that butt. Yeah, I'm going Vanderbilt.
You got Vandy. All right, here we go. Some Big 12 team. You got Texas Tech playing Arkansas. I'm going Texas Tech.
Tech.
All right, Texas Tech. Then Texas A&M, USC. I'm going A&M.
A&M, yeah.
Then you got UConn and North Carolina. I'm going to go North Carolina on this.
I'm going to have to go North Carolina. UConn to me is more of a basketball team.
Yeah, they are. All right, here we go. Boston College and Nebraska. I'm going BC.
Nebraska used to be the joint back in the day.
They did.
I'm going Nebraska. I'm going out on a limb.
Then you got Louisiana playing TCU. I'm going TCU.
TCU.
Got to stay with these Big 12 teams, except if you're a Ute. Oh, that's right. The Utes didn't make it. All right, Iowa State and Miami. Oh man,
Ooh, that's gonna be a tough one because I gotta go for Iowa State.
I hope Iowa can pull it off. I don't know if they will.
I don't think they will.
Because Iowa started skidding, but we'll see what happens. You got Miami, Ohio, and Colorado State. I'm going Colorado State.
Yep, Colorado.
Then you've got East Carolina and NC State. I'm going EC.
East Carolina, NC State. I'll take NC State.
Then you got BYU in Colorado. I'm going Colorado.
Colorado.
I think they're going to pour it on them because they got left out of the playoffs. And then get scheduled with a big team foe. Don't make no sense. All right, here we go now. My Army is going to win a bowl game. They are playing Marshall, who is depleted and don't have no players.
Oh, they playing Marshall. Yeah, Army's gonna win that one. You know what? It's so unfair that these bowl games when you have to face Navy or Army, and you know why it's so unfair? Because remember, they can hit the transfer portal. If you're an Army or a Navy, you are actually technically in service. You are going nowhere.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. You got that right. All right, Iowa and Missouri. I know I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Mizzou.
You know what? I'm gonna base this off of purely nothing because it's like this. Caitlin Clark went to Iowa. I'm going Iowa.
All right.
Caitlin has nothing to do with football.
Alabama and Michigan. I'm gonna go Bama.
I think Bama will take that game, and you know why? They're gonna be mad because they got left out the playoffs, and Michigan's gonna suffer for it.
I agree. Louisville and Washington. I'm going Louisville.
Louis, yeah.
Then South Carolina and Illinois. South Carolina's 15th in the country. Illinois 20th, but I'm gonna go Illinois.
You know, you are reading my mind. I was so going to Illinois.
And then we got Baylor playing LSU.
I will not go against the wackos.
I'm going Baylor.
Baylor.
Then we got there should be a couple more, I think. There it is. You got Duke and Ole Miss. I'm gonna go Ole Miss on this.
Ole Miss. Duke to me is more basketball.
All right. You got North Texas and Texas State.
Texas State.
All right. I'm going North Texas. You're going Texas State. I don't know either one of these, so nothing about none of them. All right. Minnesota and Virginia Tech. I'm going Minnesota.
Oh, no. Yeah, I'm going to have to go Minnesota.
And then you got Buffalo playing Liberty. I'm going to go Liberty on this.
Buffalo playing Liberty. I don't know neither one of these teams. So, I'll go Buffalo.
All right. Buffalo does pretty good in football, usually. And that is it of the bowl games. We've got our picks for college. We'll see what happens. That starts this Saturday. Hopefully by Saturday, West Virginia will have a coach that we can mention and announce. Rich Rod Riggis. I did see another report. You know, I've already mentioned it on here that, you know, the main donor, Ken Kendricks, he owns the Arizona Diamondbacks. He's one of the main donors, top donors. But there's other donors also said they hire Rich Rodriguez. They're going to pour in all kinds of money into the program.
Oh, there's your what you call it right there.
So money talks, and that's what I'm talking about. Them other West Virginia fans, they don't realize that money talks. So when your main donors are speaking out into the program, and get this, I'll say this, and then we'll move on to the NFL. A lot of West Virginia fans are complaining because of the Neal program and stuff in West Virginia not being able to compete, and they're saying we're at the bottom of the barrel of the bucket. Yeah, it's going to be hard for West Virginia to compete for players when you got the likes of Alabama, Georgia, Clemson, Ohio State, Penn State, Michigan, Texas, Oklahoma. But guess where West Virginia ranks with Neal money in the nation? Just take a guess.
We're at the bottom of the recruiting, so they're pretty up high, pretty top level.
27th in the country at $354 million. So they're not at the bottom of the barrel.
No, that puts them like probably right there in the middle.
Yeah, at 27th in the country is what they're ranked. So they can't use the excuse about Neal money and everything else. All they got to do now is get a coach in there to coach, and Rich Rodriguez is the guy to do that. Out of the names that they've got going on, you've had several coaches turn it down. Offensive coordinator from Penn State said he was staying where he was at. A lot of fans didn't like that because it's a Penn State guy. But we'll see what happens. I'm still hoping it's Rich Rod so we can get back on the winning ways a little quicker. Let's see here. Going to the NFL. All right. Now, in the NFL, last week we both went 9-4. We missed different games, but we both went 9-4.
Right.
My Chiefs, they like to finish every weekend the same fashion. They won 19-17, just like they did the weekend before, 19-17, on a game-winning field goal. I don't know if the Chiefs have scored in the 30s all year.
Right. But you know what? If I was one of those players, I mean, one of those people that just, had to believe in that conspiracy theory that the league was rigged and it was going by a script, winning 19-17 2 weeks in a row, that was kind of like, see, I told you it was script.
It's let's see here real fast, and I'm gonna let's see. There's only one game that they won the game by double digits, I think, this year. All right, the start of the season they beat the Ravens by 7. They beat the Bengals by 1. They beat the Falcons by 5. They beat the Chargers by 7. Beat the Saints by 13. Beat the 49ers by 10. Beat the Raiders by 7. Beat the Buccaneers by 6, where they actually scored 30. Beat the Broncos by 2. Beat the Panthers by 3. The Raiders by 2. The Chargers by 2. So
they only had 2 double-digit wins.
Yeah, that's it. So our buddy at work said a win's a win, however you look at it.
Yeah.
But all right. So we got a game Thursday night. It's the Rams and the 49ers. Who you got?
Rams.
I got the Rams winning that as well. Then you've got the Chiefs and the Browns.
I got Chiefs.
All right. I got the Chiefs as well. They got the Bengals and the Titans.
Bengals.
You've got the Commanders and the Saints.
Commanders.
You got the Ravens and the Giants.
Ravens.
All right. Cowboys at the Panthers. They're
Cowboys.
I got the Panthers
Oh, no.
Panthers are going to win their 4th game against the Cowboys.
Doop. Wait, where are they playing? Because if they're playing in AT&T Stadium, I might have to reconsider.
Well, they're playing in Carolina.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Carolina has lost 3 straight games in Carolina by a game-winning field. Well, no. Last week that was in Philly though. The last 2 games at home has been lost by a field goal. So maybe the Cowboys will kick a game-winning field goal.
Yeah, we got a field goal kicker.
So since it's scripted, that's the script it's going to be. And they lose on another field goal. All right, you got the Jags and the Jets. I got the Jags.
Ooh, I'm gonna have to go Jags. Honestly, it's like sorry. It's I don't know.
The Dolphins and the Texans. I picked the Dolphins.
I gotta go Texans. CJ Stroud got to wake up someday.
I don't know if it's going to be this year though. It may be next year. All right. Let's see here. How in the world that happened? All right, I left one off. I don't know how I missed that. All right, I'll put it at the end. Don't let me forget. I wrote mine down before I got on here so it go quicker, and I left the game out. I'll go back and get it. The Bills and the Lions.
Lions.
I went with the Lions. All right, let's go ahead and do this here. The Broncos and the Colts. I'm going Broncos.
Broncos, Colts. Yeah, I'm gonna go Broncos.
They're playing in Denver. Then we got the Steelers and the Eagles in Philly. I got the Eagles.
I got Steelers.
Steelers got a killer defense. That offense is moving.
AJ is going to destroy that offense.
We'll get to that as soon as we finish that. You mentioned that. And all right, the Cardinals and the Patriots. I got the Cards.
Cardinals, Patriots. Yeah, I got to go Cardinals on this one. Mayo has no idea what he's doing right now.
All right, here's a game. It's big. Implications for the playoff. The Buccaneers playing the Chargers in LA. I got the Chargers.
I think Chargers can take that.
I think it's a flip of a coin, but we'll see what happens. And then here we go. You got the Packers and Seahawks. I got the Seahawks.
I think Packers will take that one.
You got the Packers. And then we got one more game. 2 more games. And I forgot to I didn't write these down. The Bears and the Vikings. The Vikings are winning that one.
Yeah, Vikes taking that one.
And then you got the Falcons and the Raiders. Falcons should win that.
Yeah, Falcons should win that.
And that's our picks for this coming week. And you mentioned there with the Eagles with A.J. Brown.
Yep.
He's opened that mouth again like he did last year, and you mentioned it and brought it up. Last year he done that. It's like they dropped off and started losing.
Yep. They were 10-1. They were winning everything. And all of a sudden A.J. Brown started complaining about, I'm not getting the ball. Hurts is not getting me the ball. And we know what happened in them next few games where they were like they finished, 11 and so I forget. But they dropped a whole bunch of games after
11-6 and then got knocked out the first round of the playoffs.
Yep. And that's what's going to happen this time.
And the thing is, man, they were rolling. They were looking good.
They were.
And you got to open your mouth. Like I said about these players, it's all about I instead of team. I don't care if we go to the playoffs or the Super Bowl, as long as I get my money and I get my balls thrown to me or I get the rock. That's all that matters.
Yep.
And you always see that team fall apart, just like you said. So, and they've been looking good until they got to go and open their mouth. Oh, and I don't know if you've seen it. I sent it to you. Did you see about Kadarius?
No, I did not. Let me. Do.
Well, the Browns signed him like a week or so ago.
They cut him.
He didn't make it 2 weeks.
That's what I'm saying. Like, wow.
He didn't make it 2 weeks in Cleveland, and they cut him after, I guess, the first or second game after mishaps.
Wow, this dude can go ahead and hang it up.
He can't. It's just like, wow. I mean, and the thing is, you got to think there's players that's not drafted that could do better than that. And he got drafted. He actually got drafted.
Yeah.
I wonder what happened.
I don't know how many credits he's short of his degree because it's about time to start getting that degree. Because you're finished in football. You might make a practice squad.
He'll probably get in broadcasting or something.
Can you see him in broadcasting? All of a sudden, they're talking about he dropped the mic.
He dropped the mic. Oh man, hey, that's a good one there. So he dropped the mic. Oh, Butterfingers. But, and let me get here to see if there's any more NBA, NFL news. Let me get over here on this. And let's see. Well, the computer, it's doing its own thing here. And I didn't click on that, so I don't know what's going on there. But all right. Well, all right, there we go. Let's see. I'm not seeing much as far as anything going on in the NFL. We just ex NBAers Carter and McGrady joined the Bills ownership. There's some of that there.
Right.
Other than that, that's about it. It's coming NBA news. NFL news. Unless you got anything else.
I got nothing else.
Let's see. You got another Cowboys hurt, I guess, from that game the other night.
Yeah, Overshown.
Yep.
Or his ACL. But here's the thing. Just before that, I can't remember. It was like a couple weeks ago. They showed, dude. He was a defensive back. The way he stepped on that turf, you can see his knee bend and everything. And it was like he tore it. And that field has tore up some knees.
It is. It's the field. I don't know what they're going to have to do. That's what's causing all these injuries. It's the field itself. There's no give, like we've already talked about in previous episodes. There's no give. So what? There's no give to the ground like natural turf.
Mm-hmm.
You got ground, you got dirt. It gives. So now you don't got the give of the ground. So something else has got to give, and it's being ankles, it's being knees, and everything else. So that's what you got going on right now.
Here's the thing, and this is the nerd coming out of me. You know how they have all these, they have all these plans like going to Mars and how they're going to make these domes and all this stuff, and they're going to have actually a farm in the inside. You can do the same thing with football stadiums. You still want to have a dome, that's fine. But you can actually have natural grass in there.
Yeah.
Versus having an artificial turf, because you got to think, I guarantee if they did a survey, more knees are torn up on the AstroTurf than they are on the natural field.
Yeah.
And right now, remember we said we're at 15 and 15. We did an earlier survey. They got 15 fields with the natural and 15 that's AstroTurf.
Yep, you do, and so they're going to have to. I don't know if they're going to be checking into that or not, but
no, because it's going to cost too much money. If all those domes that they have the AstroTurf have to tear up and start all over, yeah, that's too much money.
well, it won't be too much money when you're investing millions in a player and he gets hurt.
That's true too.
So it'll be up front, but it'll save you in the long run. But well, I guess we're getting down here to the last part. I will say this before we finish this episode. Cool Beans made the playoffs in our fantasy league, and he's got to play me this weekend. He's playing me this weekend. So
I edged in on that last playoff spot.
So you need to go ahead and set all your players out. Put them on the bench if you don't mind. But
let me see. I pick up Kadarius Toney real quick.
There you go. But like we always do, is we're about out of time. We always end this show is if you're talking about harming and hurting yourself, there's a quick number you can call 988, and once you dial it, dial 1. That is the Veterans Crisis Line. It's 1-800-273-8255. Give it a call if you need to talk to someone. If you see one of your friends or your battle buddies, the change in behavior or something's wrong, talk to them. Try to get them, see if they'll get some help. Don't be afraid to take that step to make the call. There's people who are waiting to assist you with some resources and help. You can always also go to your local VA medical center, go to the ER. It don't matter what time it is. It's going to be 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning. And they'll get you in contact with someone to get you the help you need. So don't be afraid to take that first step in getting the help with your mental health or anything else like that. Got anything else, Beans?
I got nothing.
All right. Well, y'all stay safe for the rest of the week. Watch some football, and we'll see you live 9 o'clock Saturday night.
It's Saturday.
Have a good one.